Hello and welcome to Monday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic. And as you can see on your screens, we have a Fog of War puzzle for you today. Now this, well, let me tell you a little bit of a story. We released a Fog of War app a few months ago now. It's our most popular app ever. I've got a picture of it here. Here we go. We're about to update it actually with its final slug of puzzles, so it will be a complete app full of the most wonderful Fog of War Sudokus. And I've been looking for a good excuse to do a Fog of War puzzle on the channel because I know they're very popular. Some of our viewers absolutely love Fog of War puzzles. So I've been keeping an eye on Logic Masters Germany, looking at the puzzles we get recommended to us. And we get dozens of recommendations every day, but nothing Fog of War related for a couple of weeks at least. So anyway, the Pedaling Pianist has rescued us because the Pedaling Pianist is making at least one puzzle for the app update, and sent this one in as well. It's called Regional Heatwave, as being one that we could use to sort of to say that the last update's coming on the app. So I'm going to do this. It's not been tested. It's not been, well, I presume it has been tested by the Pedaling Pianist. It's not been tested by us or our testers. So I'm just going to try it on trusting the Pedaling Pianist's wonderful mind to have delivered something very clever. And in fact, the Pedaling Pianist, I mean, has appeared on the channel many times. Every single one of the Pedaling Pianist's puzzles has been so original and clever, like ludicrously so. And then I did a puzzle, I want to say a couple of weeks ago, by the Pedaling Pianist's father, Stephen, who goes under the constructing name of Bilal, and that was one of the best puzzles I've done in months and months. An extraordinary thing. So there is an awful lot of IQ in the Pedaling Pianist's family, and yeah, I'm looking forward to having a go at this. It's got something called Regionometers. Sorry, Regionometers wouldn't make sense. Regionometers are going on in this one, and I will read. It's classic Fog of War as well, so not dynamic Fog of War. And anyway, I'll read you the rules. And if you're looking at this grid, if you're new to variant Sudoku and you've happened upon this video and you're thinking that doesn't look much like a Sudoku, I can't see any digits, that's fair. The way Fog of War works is that, say we deduced that cell, it would clear the fog from those cells, so we learn more about the puzzle as we went along. But don't guess. You know, you can't just go to this cell and write one. Well, you could write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 in. One of them will be correct and it will clear the fog, but that is not how the Pedaling Pianist will have designed the puzzle. The idea is that we will make our way through it logically, hopefully, and go from there. Now, what else can I tell you about? I'm doing a video later on today with Chainbear, the YouTuber specialising in Formula 1, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. Actually, Mark's got to send me a puzzle for that. Oh, I must remember to ask him. What else? Birthdays. I've only got one birthday to do today. Leslie, it's your birthday today. And I know this because Pete and Chantel wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. Apparently you love the crossword videos and the easier Sudokus the most. Well, this is definitely not a crossword video, and I have no idea about the difficulty of this. So I can't tell you. You have to go off the video length. But Leslie, many happy returns. I can tell you that Pete is planning a trip to Yorkshire soon to see everybody. And apart from that, is there anything else to mention? Over on Patreon, the solution videos to this month's monthly reward should be out. If they are not already, they are out imminently. I know that. So if you did get stuck on any of Where's My Mama, of the Where's My Mama puzzles, help is afoot. And with that said and done, let's have a look at Regional Heatwave and see what the Pedaling Pianist has concocted for us. The rules of this one are as follows. We've got normal Sudoku rules apply, so we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Then it says classic Fog of War. Some of the grid is covered in fog, and entering a correct digit will clear all fog in that digit's immediate neighbourhood. So that's what I was just saying. If we got that digit, it would clear the fog from all of those cells. Then regionometers. Box borders divide lines into segments whose sums must strictly increase from one end to the other. Now that is a peculiar rule. Let's just, well, I don't know how this line moves, but let's say it moves like that. Let's see if we can understand what that might mean. So one of these sides would be a number. Yeah, so this sort of segment, the segment division would be like this. Oh, right, that's terrible. It's a terrible... Hang on, I can't click today for some reason. Right, so one of these sides would be the lowest segment on the line. This, and then these two digits would sum up so that they were higher than whatever was in... So let's say that was the lowest segment. Let's put 5 in there. These squares would add up to more than 5. And then these squares would add up, or this cell, in fact, would add up, would just be a number which is more than the sum of those two. But of course it could be the other way around. That could be the small one, then this would be the medium one, then this would be the large one. So that is, I think, what the Regionometer rule is saying. Hang on. Right, now what else? There's a whole load of other things here. It says... No line has multiple segments in the same box. Right. Does that mean more than one segment in the same box? No, multiple segments. Yeah, I think it does. So, so let's look at this purple line again. Let's say it goes there, and then there, and then there, and then there. That is not allowed, because now there's that segment, then we leave box 5, and then we go back into box 5 again for a second segment. And I think that rule that I've just read is saying we're not allowed to do that. Can I delete that? No, I have to do it that way. Different lines are different colours. Well, I could have assumed that. I would have understood that. Lines may not branch or share cells with other lines. Okay, so we can't overlap. Lines may cross diagonally at cell vertices. Right, so if that was a line, you could cross that line like that, I think, but not like that. Because this crossing here is not happening at a vertex, whereas that one would be. I think that's what we're being told. And they are all of the rules. I can't get rid of it. No, go away. What's going on? Oh dear. Oh, I managed to get rid of a bit of it. There we go. I've got rid of it now. This is the pen tool, by the way. If you don't know how to turn on your pen tool, click the cog icon and enable the pen tool. I always have my pen tool enabled, and I recommend you do the same. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Oh, so in fact, let's reinstall those. I mean, we can't go off a wandering here. There can't be too many rinky-dinkages, because what I can see is that these two cells are single-digit numbers. So if we did take a great many cells, let's say that was the construction of this line in box 5, then obviously these digits, there are 4 different digits there. And they would sum up to at least 10. 1, 2, 3, and 4 sum to 10. And 10 is not something that we could beat in either of these cells, but we must beat the total of this line in one of these cells, mustn't we? So I suspect we probably either do that, or that is what I think we're being told. And yes, and the line cannot venture out of box 5, because then it will re-enter box 5 in order to complete its lineage, and we know that it only visits each box once. So we must be looking at that in conjunction with the red line. Oh, yeah, hang on. So the red lines are miles apart. Well, they're the same line. They're the same line, but one of these ends has to be high and the other low, and yet there's an awful lot of space between the lines. Hang on, let me think about this. So I see. Right. If we try, I'm going to just try and join the red lines together as efficiently as I possibly can. Now I think that would mean going like that. And then if I was to then go into box 6, I think that's a bad thing to do. Because effectively, every time we enter a box, we're increasing the total we have to get to on the line. So imagine these squares were the minimum they could be. They would be 1, 2 and 3, wouldn't they? That's 6. So this could be anything below 6, but this we know can't be bigger than 9. So 6, if I go here, that's this, whatever's in here would have to add up to 7 at least. This, if that's 9, this would have to add up to 8, and I would have to connect these boxes together with a 7. Sorry, with no number, because this is 7, this is 8. And there's still boxes to be covered. I'd either have to go through that box or that box. So I think what I have to do is to go there. Yeah, I think I've got to get to this box. So something like that is going to be the most efficient way of not going through too many boxes between the two ends of the line. So if this was low and this was 6, which is the least, that could be 7, that could be 8, and that could be 9. Now, okay, this is very close to being forced, actually. I think that this one could rinky-dink. But I think if it does rinky-dink, it has to rinky-dink like that. Because we know it's going to this square. We know it can't take 4 cells in this box. So it could go there, but it could go straight down, but then it can't go there, because if it goes there, it's going to enter box 6 in order to not take 4 digits here. And it can't enter box 6 because there's too many boxes between box 8, or sorry, box 7 down here. What I'm calling the 8 box, if these added up to 8. And okay, so I think, I'm not sure about the shape of that, but it's something very similar to that. And I'm going to claim it has to take this square, because I think it has to go into box 5. And then to traverse box 5, because we know that this one will add up to at least 7, but can't add up to as much as 8. Because this couldn't be, in the version where this is low and this is high, this cannot be bigger than 9, so this cannot be bigger than 8. So this must be 7, given that that can't be less than 6. So there's no way to cross box 5 without taking 3 cells. And the only way to do it and get to box 7 is diagonally. So I think this one has no choice. It has to do that. And then this one has a choice again. It's either going to be that or it's going to be that. But I think the problem with this, well, not the problem, but the only pencil mark I'm going to get to do knowingly is that this must be a 7 line, because we don't know which. We know one of those is 9. That's true. One of these is 9, but the other one, all we know about it is it's less than 6. And then either this is 6 or this is 6. And the other one's going to be 8 in 3 cells. So there is going to be a 1 Right, so there is a 1 in one of those squares and a 1 in one of these squares, I'm going to claim. Because whichever one of these is a 3-cell segment adding to 8 is going to either be 125 or 134. It will need to have a 1 on it. Okay, but I haven't actually got any digits. The big game in town with Fog of War is to get a digit. And once you've got a digit, at least it gives you more information. I see. Right. Gosh, what a tangled web we weave here. Okay, so I can now say I know how the purple line closes. Because remember the purple line is closing within this box. It's not allowed to leave this box and re-enter it. So, can it take this cell, for example? No, not anymore. Because 1, 2 and 4 have disappeared as options from the purple line. These two squares are at least a 3 and a 5. But we know that one of those cannot be more than 9, and it's the biggest regionometer, or whatever it's called. It's the biggest segment on the pink line. So one of these is 9. So there's a weird pattern of 9s. So, I mean, if that's a 9 on the red line, that will be a line on the pink line, and vice versa. Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. It's just beautiful. So right. Let's deal with this. So we can't take any more than 3 and 5 on the pink line, because it will then be at least equal to 9. In fact, it would be more than 9, given it couldn't take 1, 2, or 4. So we have to close this up. But now 9s in box 5 can't go in these squares, because there is a 9 in box 4 in one of those, and there is a 9 in box 2 in one of those. So that's our first digit. That is a 9. That is so clever. Isn't it clever? Good grief. Now we've got a blue line and a green line that we've just discovered. Green line is going there. The blue line is going there and there. Right, and these squares, if you'll forgive me, I mean, it's a bit pencil marky, but they are 6, 7, and 8. Right, okay, so what's happening here is the pedaling pianist is establishing the directions the segments are moving in. This is going to be the highest digit on the blue line, because that digit cannot be more than 9, but it is a single cell segment. And then, does this have to be 8? I think this has to be 8. I'm not certain about that, but look, the blue line is definitely spending 3 cells at least in this box. We know it can't spend more than 3 cells, because the highest digit on the line is 9. If this spent 4 cells on the line in box 1, it would add up to at least 10. It can't get out of box 1, given it's here in 2 cells, without spending 1 more cell. So I'm going to claim, I think it has to go here. I mean, I can't see another way it can possibly move. And right, so the interesting thing here is that this line segment, which also isn't complete yet because we haven't got it back to here. Oh, my phone's buzzing at me. That must be at least 3 cells long. So the minimum value of this, once it's completed, is 6. The minimum value of this is therefore 7. So that is 8. And now we've got more. Well, this is 1, 2, 4, isn't it? And this is a 6 line, so it's 1, 2, 3. But I don't think we know. I think it could go there or there for its final piece. So let's put in those options. And there's no other way of drawing this, is there? Given that we can cross other lines at vertices. Oh, so, yeah, okay. So this green line, that is the same as that, isn't it? Hang on, let me just see. It is. It is. It's the sort of German whispers colour. So green, 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 green. But this green, yeah, this is one end of the green line. So somehow this green has to connect to this. Yes, and it can't go in and out of box 1. So this has to connect to this. How do we achieve that? Well, it clearly doesn't go in this cell or this cell. There's no green there. And if it went there, it couldn't go there because it can only cross at a vertex. So it would have to be a crossroads, which it wouldn't be. So I think it has to do that. Yeah, this line's a different beastie altogether, isn't it? Because this has got at least 4 cells and possibly 5 in box 1. Oh, I see. Right, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Because the digits on this green line in box 1 are not 1, 2 and 4 again. It's like here. So they are at least, I mean, if this line closes as quickly as it can, it's going to take 4 cells, which will be 3, 5, 6, 7, which add up to, I wanted to say 21. Is that wrong? No, that's right. 8 plus 6 plus 7 is 21. So 21 is the minimum total of green. Yeah, so this line is going low here, because that can't add up to 21. At least 21 here, depending on how many cells we take. So this segment is at least 22, but it doesn't have 9 on it, and it doesn't have 8 on it. So the maximum it could be would be 7, 6, 5, 4, which is 22. So that's it, right? Now, I'm not certain about that because I just want to think about whether or not any of these lines could bend in a way that I've not thought through. I don't think so. In fact, I think what the pedaling pianist has done here is basically force the shape of this line through box 1, because it can't now go in here. It would take too many cells. It has to take the smallest number of cells it can, which would be those, and every single digit on here has to be minimumed. So we're looking at 3, 5, 6, 7. This then has to be maximumed, given it can't have 9 or 8 on it. So these are 7, 6, 5, 4. And therefore, right, what do we do with that? It feels like I've got far too many pencil marks in this puzzle. Right, let me think about this. So do we know? We know that's 8. So these digits are from 1, 2 and 3 because they are not 9s and they don't involve 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8. So those are very tiny digits. So if this was low and wasn't 9, it would be 1, 2 or 3. And that would give me a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple in row 3. And if it's the other way round, then this would be 9. This would be lower than 8. Oh yeah, this box is much less constrained. That's not very good. Oh, it couldn't be 1, 2 or 3, because 1, 2 and 3 are in those squares, so it would be 4. Oh, it would be 4, 5, 6 or 7. That's hopeless, sorry. Oh, do we know which way round the red line goes now? So I think, yeah, there must be something going on in row. I feel like I've got some sort of quadruple or quintuple coming along in the top 2 rows. Or maybe if this, do we know the shape of this then? If this went 1, 2, 3, yeah. Oh no, because this could add up to 8. If this adds up to 8, it could have as much as 5 on it. 3 cells adding to 8 could be 1, 2, 5. I was going to say, otherwise, this digit would be really interesting. Because that would have to be from... If this is the 6 segment of the red line, that would be a 1, 2, or a 3. And then this square would be 9. Because it couldn't be low. The only way this isn't 9 is if this square is exactly 5. And then this would be 9, because this segment would add up to 8. And the 1 and the 2 would be in these squares. Oh, it's close, isn't it? There's something going on. Oh, no, I know what it is. I know what it is. That's beautiful. Right, no, we don't have to do anything nearly as complicated. All we've got to do is remember that we've got this pattern of 9s. And that's beautiful. Because what we know is that one side of the red line is a 9. And it doesn't matter which side it is, that square can't be a 9. If this was a 9, one side of the red line couldn't be a 9, and that's not going to work. So this has to be 8, I think. Yes, that's got to be 9. Oh, no. Oh, that's annoying. Because that was a good... Oh, no, okay. That's good. I was going to say that's annoying because it didn't do anything, but it does. It takes 9 out of this square, which means that the 9 in this box is that one. Which means that, so this line down here has gone down. Whoops. So it's got to now go back up because it can't. We know now this segment adds up to 8. So those are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 7. This is a 6 segment. And that digit is not 9. So this is 9. So, oh, here we go. This digit is... Oh, this was the way round we didn't want this. Right, this is 7 or lower. So this is 4. I mean, it's a slightly excessive pencil mark, but forgive me. Right. Okay, so... Oh, many things are happening here. Many things are happening. Firstly... The red line must be doing that because we know that this segment adds up to 6, so it can't mess about. It's got to be a 1, 2, 3 like this. This is not the 1 on it, therefore. Now the green line, which is already on a 22 count, is going into box 3, so this is at least a 23 count. So it's going there. But we don't know where it goes then. We know it's got to take... It can't stop here because we can't make those 2 squares add up to 23 at least. There's a yellow line, a sort of mucky yellow line that we can add to there. Yes, okay, and now we've got this quadruple I'd noticed before, so that's definitely not a 3. Yeah, so 5, 6 and 7 are in these squares in row 3. Now, do we get anything better than that? I'm sure we do. 9 is in one of those squares. 9 is in one of these squares. these add up to 8, don't they? So that's definitely not 1. The 1 is on the segment that adds up to 8. Oh dear, I think I might... Oh, no, that doesn't work. 8 is in one of those. 9 is in one of these. This is just Sudoku I'm trying to do. And what? Okay, so what's this? Oh, this is 1, 2, or 3, isn't it? Because that's just Sudoku on this box. We've got this 4, 5, 6, 7 quadruple. And... oh no, come on, what is it? Oh, 9 is in one of 2 places in box 7. 8? Can that be... oh yeah, this can be anything. Because this has got so massive. The green line in box 1 adds up to 22. 21, wasn't it? Because this one's 22. This one's got to be at least 23. But I have a suspicion that this green line is going to go all the way down here, just because I think that from a setter's perspective, the pedaling pianist would find that amusing to do. Oh, I don't know. I don't see what to do here. Hang on. There's going to be something. I don't know. Actually, I really don't know where to look. What are we missing here? Can we do anything with... I have been contemplating sort of colouring 1s, 2s and 3s. Is that a sense? Oh, okay. So look at this quadruple. The 4 is definitely here, isn't it? So that is not a 4. So this is 1 or 2. Oh, the blue... oh, okay. Here's a little point I hadn't noticed. The blue line in box 4 is going there, and we know it must close. So this digit is a 1, 2, or a 3. So that's new information. It may be new information, but it doesn't seem to be useful new information. Goodness me, what on earth are we meant to do now? This is very clever. It's a very clever puzzle because it's the same with all classic Fog of War. And I think this is why people like these puzzles. You know, there is no point me now sort of spending ages thinking about box 9. There is no point in my brain giving it a moment's cogitation. I fear there's not really any point looking at this one either. The only point of looking at box 7 is going to be if there's some sort of quadruple. Which I don't think there is. So it's got... I sort of feel like it's got to be either this box. Am I missing some overarching principle that exists? I don't think I am. Or are we missing... it's probably Sudoku, isn't it, Simon? That's what you normally miss when... it might be Sudoku, but I don't see where. Oh dear. Okay. Have I exhausted all of the lines, all of the logic on the lines I do or I can see? I know that this... okay, there's a 1, 2, 3 triple in this row. I hadn't used that. So these squares... oh, that is useful. Okay, sorry, Sudoku. Sudoku in box 1 tells me this is a 3. So this is not a 3. Alright. So 3 in box 4 is in this domino, which is going to give me more revelations in box 5. So the yellow line has now gone into box 5. Ooh. No, I'm not sure actually. I was going to say that you can't put 3 in any of those squares. Gosh, my phone's going nuts. Sorry, I'm going to just turn. I'm going to put it on my beanie in the hope that it being on my beanie makes it rattle less when WhatsApp gives me a message. But it doesn't matter, does it? This that could be anything, providing this is bigger. And it looks very much to me like this is going to be bigger, because none of those can be 3. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay. So this 3, 5, is that doing something? That's taking 3 out of here. So 3 in box 2 is in one of those squares. So this isn't 3. Right, yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 4 is a triple in row 3. So this is a 3, and that's going to clear fog for me. So let's get... Oh, hang on, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to get rid of the corner pencil marked 1s up here. Yellow has now gone in here. Right, so it's only spending 3 digits in box. Oh, hang on. Right. Right, there's something going on with green now, because green had to be big. Green in this box has to... We know it's got to... Yeah, it's going to... I think it might have to take... Maybe it stops yellow coming to this square. But then if yellow... If that's... I know this adds up to at least 7. Because you can't put 3 on it. So imagine they were 1, 2, 4. Yeah, so this would then go low here, 7, and that would be high 8. Now the other way this could work is that this is low, this is big, but we know it's adding up to at least 7, so this would have to take a second cell, which would be that one. And then the green line, because it can't share a cell with yellow, it can only cross yellow, and there's nowhere for it to cross now. So those 3 digits would have to be massive. Yeah, it's something to do with this, I think. I can definitely believe now that there is some yellow/green logic that if I can have the right sequence of thoughts on, we'll be able to do something. But having said all that, I haven't had the correct thought yet. I mean, okay, how could that be 9? If that's 9, oh no, it could be 9, because especially if yellow goes here. Okay. Yeah, this feels like the game. Do we know in which direction this goes? Have we got more Sudoku stuff that we can do? And that I don't know the answer to. Does this 5 do anything very special for us? It very nearly does, you know. It very nearly does. Because where is 5 in this box? And the answer is I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. All I can say is it's in one of those 4 squares. But that's quite cool. Because the question we could ask now is, where's 5 in column 1? And given it can't be here, it's down there somewhere, which means these squares lose their fivification. And that nearly does it, doesn't it? It nearly stops 5 being on this line, which would make this 1, 3, 4, which actually wouldn't do anything for us. Oh, bobbins. Okay, so that's not it. Oh dear. All right. Okay. So instead of that, we will ask questions about... I don't know what to do. Okay, I've got a 1, 2, 3 triple here. Is there some way... If this dipped down, maybe I know the green line goes into the corner now. I think that must be right. No, actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If it did that, and it, providing it had 8 and 9 on it, it would be okay. Or it could do that, and that would make this low. It would make this 8. Is there a I see, if that couldn't be 8 for some reason, that would explain everything. Because then we would know that this had to take a second cell. But if that's isolated, then this has to... maybe there's a... Oh, I see, it can't add up to 7. Oh, this is really clever. Yeah, this is it. Look at these 2 digits. Now, if this line added up to 7, which was the one way I could see that it would go low, medium, high, what would these 2 digits be? This line would be a 1, 2, 4 quadruple or triple, but that would make a 1, 2, 4 quadruple in this row, and that's impossible. So this adds up to more than 7. It adds up now to at least 8. And therefore we cannot be going low, 8, high here, because we can't beat this. So this is the lowest digit, which means that this yellow has to extend, which is weird, because now green must go in the corner. There's no way it can cross yellow. And green has to... this is the key. This is the key. Because we know green adds up to at least 23, one of the 3 digits on it must be 8. So that's 8. Yes. Wow. So these are either 6, 9 or 7, 9. And the 4 in row 1 is now placed there. Okay. That's good. So now in this row, yeah, where's 4 in row 2? There. What a brilliant puzzle this is. Now, okay, so we know we're going 1, 2, 5. We'd go too high, wouldn't we? The maximum size of this is 11. So these 3 squares cannot add up to more than 10. And is there any restriction on that? They don't have 3 on them. Which might be interesting. I'm not sure. Sorry if this is obvious to everybody. If there was a 1 on here, there would be a 1 down there in column 9. Four is not in the centre of the central digit anymore. So I've now got a 1, 2, 3 triple here. This digit is at least 4. Yeah, this can't be 9, can it? Because this adds up to a maximum of 10. So maybe that's a simpler way. Yeah, now 9 in column 7 is in one of these 3 squares. This digit is at least 4. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so these 3 digits do not include both of 1 and 2. Because where would you put both of 1 and 2? Given this digit cannot be 1 or 2, you'd have to put them both there, and that's going to break this square. So this has got 1 of 1 and 2 on it, and it doesn't have 3 on it. So how do you keep this down to have a value of 10? It's got to be 145. There's no other way of doing it. If it's only got 1 of 1 and 2 and no 3 on it, and it doesn't have 3 on it, this is 145. It does add up to 10. This is a 7. Yes. Oh my goodness. This is exactly what you get from brilliant people. 6 is here. That digit is a 5. Now I've got a 1, 2, 4 triple here, so this digit is a 5. Yes, this digit is a 4. Can't be 1, 2 or 3 because of this triple. So this is a 1, that's a 1, that's a 2, that's a 1 by Sudoku. We get a 2, 3 pair in box 2. We get a 1 here. 1 comes out of an awful lot of squares. 1 comes out of here. This becomes a 2. 2, 4, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1. This is not 1 or 2. This is not... Well, we know there's a 1 on this triple. We now know it's got to go here, and that means there's no 5 on it from the work we did earlier. So this must be a 3, 4 pair in order to get us up to the 8 that we need on the red line. 3 is there already, so that's 3, that's 4. Actually, I was going to say, nearly. No, that is 4 by Sudoku. That's fine. That is fine. Where is... No, that doesn't work. Oh, come on. We must be close to finishing it now. Oh, although I thought there's a new line that I've just noticed. We could do... What do we need? We need 5, 6 and 7. So this is 6 or 7. 5, 6 or 7 here. I really want to resolve this 5, 7, but I don't know if I'm allowed to. I need 6, 7 and 8 into these squares. So there is a 7 over here. Ah, that's useful. This has to be 6 now, apparently, because it can't be 7, given where the 7 is in row 4. And that means down here we end up with a 5, 7 pair. This is no longer a 6, look. So 7, 8 and 9 are the digits we're required to put into row 5. There's definitely a 6 in... Oh, goodness, yeah. Okay, so there's a 7, 8 pair here. This becomes a 6 by Sudoku. That's a 6. That's a 9 in the corner. No song for you. That's an 8. That's a 7. That's a 9. This is a 6, 8 pair. That is not 7 anymore. That's not 5. Whoopsie. Misclicking now. And these squares are 2, 3 and 7. And I think we're chocolate teapotted on that. That can't be 3, that can't be 2, that can't be 7. But we do get this digit, which seems to have to be 5. So that does the 5, the 7, the 7, the 8. This line, yeah, 7 goes into a massive number, doesn't it? So that's fine. This column, we've not put in 9 and 2, I think. Oh, we're getting buzzed by fast-moving motorbikes. 8 and 6 into those squares. Whoopsie. Is that... Now, that looks reasonable given the columns. Pencil marking. Oh dear. You know where we're going to have to go here. We're going to have to do this grey line, aren't we? Oh dear. Can we not do anything more Sudoku-wise? We probably can. Oh, okay, we're going to have to think about the grey line. Right, let's go to grey. We don't know very much about the grey line. 5, 6. Oh, okay. Oh, no, the grey line's got 7 on it in box 6. So sorry, the way my brain worked there was it went 5 on there. I put the 2, 3 pair on. I was going 6, 7, and then that could be 8. But no, there is a 7 on this line, so it's adding up to at least 9. So this is the low end. It can't be 8, because it's going to go 8, 9. It's got to go into this box at some point, 10, and that would be breaking it. So this digit is 6. Yes, okay, so 6, 8 go in, 5 goes in there, 6, 7 here, 7, but this can't be 7. I think this might have to be 8 then, because if that wasn't 8, yeah, this has to be 10. It's going to go 8, 9 in this box somehow, and then 10 there, and the only way to get to 10 here is 3 and 7. So that's 3, that's 7, that's 2. Yeah, this grey line I think now is meeting. It's going there, isn't it? So these two squares add up to 9, and this is an 8. And that's nearly useful. I need 1, 2, and 3 in the column here. What do we need in this column? 2, 6, 9. Yeah, that's going to be helpful, because that can't be 9. These add up to 9. So this is 7 or 3, and it's not 3. So that's 2, that's 7. Oh, another new line has just emerged. There's another new line's just emerged, which doesn't seem to do what I need it to do. Okay, what do we need in that column? 4, 8. Yes, that's great. So that's 4, that's 8, that's 8, that's 6. We've only got one fog cell left, and these are 1, 3, 5 in the corner, and that's a 5 by Sudoku. And there's a 1, 3 pair in this row, so I only need 5s, 7s, and 9s. So where is the 9 in this row? It's got to be here, and that's going to clear the fog. There we go. All the fog belongs to us. 5, 6, 7. This is a naked single. 6, 6, 7. 5 in this has to be there. 5, 7. I haven't used the last line yet. 6 here means 9. 6 adds up to 10 on that side. 9, 2, 4. This must be done at the top. Hang on. 2, 3, 7. So 7 goes here. This is 2 or 3. Do we actually need this line then? 10 here. Oh, this is lovely. Right, that can't be a 1. Because what we know is that the one thing you cannot have with regionometers is the segments being the same value. If that's a 1, this is a 2, 3 pair. 2 plus 3 plus 5 is 10, and the lines would add up to this. The segments would be the same. And what that's going to do is it makes this. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. So this line went 8, 10 in the end. Oh, and I haven't done the top. There we go. That is an absolute wonder of a puzzle. Isn't that fantastic? The Pedaling Pianist. That is exactly what we were after. Just a fog puzzle with beautiful logic, just to showcase how wonderful these puzzles can be. Yeah, thank you so much for creating that. I loved it. Absolutely brilliant logic. And I hope you guys had a go. Let me know in the comments how you got on. Oh, we'll see if it's correct. It is correct. I am the only solver of the puzzle. Hopefully there will be more by later on this evening. Yeah, let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.